Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is an adventure game. The game takes place in a fantasy world filled with fictitious creatures like orcs and trolls. The story is about two young brothers who set out on a journey to find a cure for their father's illness. To help their ill father reach the village's doctor, who in turn tells them the only way to save him is by collecting the water from the Tree of Life. Shadow Hunter, Lost World is a high-paced action game set in a dark fantasy world. The player's adventure will be endless, fighting many enemies, using various weapons, and interacting with the world through a particular perspective. Cracké is an endless auto runner where you play as an anxious and overprotective ostrich who needs to keep his eggs safe. The catch? These rowdy eggs want to go on an adventure and explore the world. As Ed the ostrich, you follow him on his journey to discover what it means to be a great parent as he embarks on his endless running quest to take care of his precious eggs. Days later, the zombie survival apocalypse shooter. You need to fight against zombies and survive the waves to unlock the next levels. Bright Memory is a first-person shooter with melee elements. Players take control of Shalia. Protagonist Shalia is tasked by the Science Research Organization for which she works to prevent Psi, a military organization, from acquiring a legendary ancient power that can reawaken the dead. The game takes place in a land of sky located above the Arctic consisting of levitating land masses which are home to ancient creatures. BiBi World is a game that's similar to Fall Guys where you run full speed ahead with fun characters. As in the game developed by Mediatonic, you'll have to be fast if you want to qualify for each event and win the grand prize. BiBi World consists of 3D scenarios that are absolutely riddled with obstacles. To move, tap on the virtual D-pad, while to jump or sprint, hit the action buttons on the right. Before beginning each test, the number of players who will move on to the next round is announced. Frontline Commando 2 is the sequel to the popular third-person shooter, Frontline Commando. Betrayed and left for dead, you must build your team of mercenaries and exact revenge against your enemies. Last Rain. The game takes place in the vicinity of the gloomy city Cracké Lake, named after the lake from which all the horror that filled the city district went. The main character, a boy named Logan, knew that his father disappeared in the city in the year he was born, but he did not tell anyone about it. One day his friends got together and decided to go for adventures, and despite the prohibitions of adults and the story about his father, he agreed to go with them. Stickman Dragon Fight, Super Stick Warriors is simple but interesting gameplay. All you need to do is dodge, jump, power your ki, perform basic and 3 advanced skills, transform your hero into an Ultra Instinct, then fight against invaders. The control is so simple that you will be amazed at how attracting the sound effects and graphics are. There are not only traditional 1 vs 1 fights but also interesting 3 vs 3 fights in Stickman Dragon Fight, Super Stick Warriors. You can team up easily with 2 more heroes to fight against a team of 3 other heroes in versus mode, or 16 teams of 3 in tournament mode. QV, a puzzle action adventure is a puzzle action adventure game. Titan Quest has captivated legions of players since its 2006 debut. This is the complete edition of Titan Quest, including all DLCs and technical updates. You get the all-encompassing experience of an unbridled, truly heroic journey through the worlds of Titan Quest. Subdivision Infinity is an immersive and pulse-pounding sci-fi 3D space shooter. The game features stunning graphics and tight spaceship gameplay. Beyond the story's main missions, you will have an array of optional goals to keep you cruising, including space exploration, bounty hunting, and mining operations. Smiling X-Zero Classic Scary Horror Game is a horror game which takes place in a hotel. Enter the dark hotel and evade the dangers of terror in a dark and overwhelming environment. You need to help Harry to find his parents and discover who the evil lord is and what he plans for the other inhabitants of the city. In Far Lone Sails, the player controls the driver of a large vehicle as they search through a post-apocalypse setting. The game's vehicle is a hybrid between a land and sea vehicle that has been modified a number of times. The game is played from a side-scrolling perspective, with the vehicle interior seen as a cross-section. To control the vehicle, the player must move around inside it, operating stations and pressing buttons to perform various functions that keep the vehicle moving, such as engaging the engine or filling the boiler with fuel sources found over the course of the play. Breaking Gates is a 2D action platformer game in a fantastic and animated world. Breaking Gates combines dynamic gameplay and creates a new experience as you explore the map. Collect items, create and unlock a vast array of weapons, equipment, and items to defeat countless challenging creatures and bosses who await you in this adventure.
Come on. What did you expect?